Hi guys, Poundland today. Ring toss game, 6 pieces. So we've got 2 posts and 4 rings. So obviously I thought rubber band powered car. My plan is to fill in the centres of the rings using some scrap foam. Use the 2 posts for the body, melt some holes through at the end so we can put our axles through, barbecue skewers and CD wheel, no not CD wheels because we'll use these as the wheels. Yeah, we'll need something to hold them apart. Probably put some bits of bamboo skewer across, barbecue skewer across. So, I need to fill in the centre. It's about 95 millimeters. So if it's 95, half of 95 is 47.5 millimeters. Well, we're not going to be that accurate when we make a circle. 47.5. So if I stick it in there. How does that look? Cut it out and find out. It fits, just a tiny bit big, but it's better that it's a little bit big than too small. In fact, if I do 2 of them, I'd have one either side, couldn't I? There's a beeping noise in the background, that means our dinner is ready. Okay, so that's the plan. We'll use 2, one on either side. I've cut out all my discs to go in the middle of the wheels. So I've put the hot glue gun on. And while we're waiting for that to warm up, we'll decide how we're going to mark these up. I want a hole at the back and the front for the axles to go through. And I also want a couple more holes to push some struts, I suppose we could call them, through, just to hold it still. Now there is a seam on either side, the moulding seam, so we can get them parallel in that direction, but we need to make sure we drill the holes parallel across there as well, so the front and back wheels go in the same direction. I think we should be able to do this. If I find the seam, we do a similar one here. Yeah, that lined up okay. Right. Right, that's better. Sounds like there's a party going on outside. Right, the idea is I'll have a bamboo skewer going across there to link the two halves together, or in fact probably there, and then the closer hole I'll melt bigger to make it a free or a loose fit so the actual axles can go through. The more I look at this, the more it's very similar to my very early rubber band powered car on my other channel, made from 2 drinking straws and 4 toothpicks, obviously a bit smaller than this. That's my most popular video on that channel. And I've seen it's been copied by quite a few other people since then. 2013 I did that. Right, I'll melt those holes bigger using my favourite nail on a stick, because I can heat this up without getting my hands anywhere near the hot metal, and then push it through. There we are. So at the back I've got the forward hole is the big one to put the axle through, and the back hole is the one I'm going to push another bamboo skewer through to link the two sides together. And then at the front, it's the other way round. The front hole is the bigger one. Oh, I need to remelt them. They've closed up a bit when they've cooled down. Right, there we are. Bamboo skewer at the back, bamboo skewer at the front. And just for demonstration purposes, I've got a CD wheel on there. But now I'll make up these ones. That might work. I'll do a little bit, turn it over, do the other side, and then do the bit that's under my thumb. Gonna have to glue it in place because that's not going to grip it very well. I might even get a couple of bottle tops just to space it out a bit, otherwise it's going to rub against the bodywork. That's the wheels prepared. So we need to put them on the chassis. I should think 3 of my cheap Poundland rubber bands should be long enough. So we can tie it to that front cross member. And then wrap it around the back one, or around the back axle to be more exact. Yeah, that ought to work. Okay, we'll start it off fairly gentle. Point it in the right direction, preferably. Going a little bit right. We won't worry about that too much, not yet anyway. I can melt the holes a little bit to adjust them. but we'll just give it a couple more test runs first. Wheel spin. I might have to put some weight on it to hold it down. Yeah, definitely a bit of wheel spin there. I could probably just put the camera on the back, put the little camera on. That'll add a bit of weight. Give it one more go. Yeah, definitely going a little bit right, and I will put the camera on the back to add a bit of back weight on it, on the back wheels. Well, that works. So we'll have a summary time. We've made this from a Poundland Ring Toss Game, which was 2 posts and 4 rings. We filled the centre of the rings in with some scrap foam. Actually double layered it. I also put bottle caps on the insides to keep the wheels away from the chassis. The chassis is the posts that came with the kit. Got bamboo skewers front and back, the green ones. They're actually a tight fit in there and they hold the chassis rigid. And then we got bamboo skewers for the axles, front and back, and the holes that I melted through for them are a nice loose fit, so they spin freely. Now it's a little bit lightweight, so we would have had to add some weight to the back to give the wheels some grip, but as I've put my camera on there anyway, that's added enough weight to keep the back wheels on the ground and stop them spinning. I did have to remelt the front axle holes a little bit because it was turning a bit to the right, so I've melted that axle hole backwards a bit to make it a bit of a loose fit, so that the axle turns back just a tiny bit to keep it straight. And that's it. That's our Ring Toss Game rubber band powered car.